Okay, class, this is part of your lesson for today, this week. We're going to talk about rest values. In my last video, we talked about note values for today. So anyway, in 4/4 time, we do also have rest in music, and what that basically means is that you just don't play or sing when you see one of these on the page. And we have 4 different types that we're going to explain to you today. And as you see on the board there in 4/4 time, our rest values are basically this. The whole rest looks like this, upside down hat. And it hangs from the 4th line. All right, it hangs from the 4th line in music, which is one from the bottom up. Remember, we count from the bottom up on the staff. So 1, 2, 3, 4. If you look at it, it hangs upside down from that 4th line. This is what it looks like. It's called the whole rest. And if a whole note gets 4 beats, and you sing it or play it for 4 beats, a whole rest basically means that we just rest for 4 beats. Okay, so we don't do anything when we see one of these on the page of music. Now our next one is a half rest, and it looks like really a top hat, sort of, kind of. On my drawing's kind of bad there, but our half rest looks like that. It sits on top of the 3rd line on your staff, and basically, if a half note gets 2 beats, then a half rest is worth 2 beats. And that means that when we see one of these, we just don't sing or play for 2 beats in 4/4 time. Now, our quarter rest, and it's very difficult to draw. If you've seen them on the page, it's kind of hard to draw a quarter rest, but they look kind of like a squiggly line, sort of, kind of, with a little point to the right side. Quarter rest, or to the left side, I'm sorry. A quarter rest is worth 1 beat. Okay, quarter note, of course, is worth 1 beat. Quarter rest is worth 1 beat. And remember, it takes 4 of these to make 1 4/4 measure. But if you see one of these on the page in music, that means just don't sing for 1 beat. Be quiet or still for 1 beat. Don't play or don't sing. And then the last rest we'll talk about, it looks kind of like a 7 with a kind of a fancy 7 there, and it's called the 8th rest, of course. And if an 8th note just gets half a beat, then your 8th rest would just get half a beat. So those are our rests. Now, when you see these on the page, a lot of times people get these two mixed up. Remember, your half rest sits on top of the 3rd line. Your whole rest hangs from the bottom, or hangs from the 4th line. So this is what your rests look like, and that's what they're worth in music. Of course, it takes 8 of these to make 1 4/4 measure. It takes 4 of these. This is one worth 1 beat. It takes to make 1 4/4 measure. Just 2 of these to make 4/4 beat or 1 measure, and then a whole rest, of course, takes up all of the whole measure. Now, a lot of times in music, you'll see these kind of mixed up. Sometimes you'll see a half rest there along with a half note, or a half rest there along with 2 quarters, which would help create, as long as you have 4 beats in each measure, whether you play or sing, whatever notes are there or rests are there, they have to total 4 between the vertical lines in the measure, like we explained to you in the note presentation and the time signature presentation today.